We're now joined by former Conservative Shadow Health Secretary Anne Widdecombe, a favourite of GB News. Anne, thank you very much, and thank you very much for coming on and imparting your views. Where are you at with this? How would you vote? What's your views on it and why?
Oh, I have no doubt at all that I would be voting with the rebels. Having said that, I would urge caution about the numbers of rebels. Whenever this sort of thing happens, there is a hard core of people who are voting on the merits or the demerits of the case. And then there are a lot of other people who, scenting government weakness, think this is the moment to try and bargain their vote for something that they want, some concession on some other bill that they want. And all that is going on now, and the whips are putting on enormous pressure, as they always do, and there'll be a big charm offensive going on. And I wouldn't believe any numbers at this moment. But it does seem as if it's going to be at least fairly sizable, and I would certainly be among it were I there. And the reason for that is this: Omicron's very mild so far. There is, as you heard that MP say, no evidence so far that it's going to result in huge numbers of hospitalizations or fatalities or anything else. So you've got to ask yourself this: if every time the virus mutates, which it will, because that's in the nature of a virus, it will mutate. If every time it mutates, is the government going to go into immediate countermeasures which damage the economy, damage education, damage waiting lists? Are they going to do that just in case? I mean, that is what's being said. Not let's do this because there's darn good evidence, but let's do it just in case.
Yes, well, I had Michael Fabricant earlier on today in one of my earlier shows, and he was adamant that Boris Johnson is doing this and is being as cautious as he is because he's towing that line of he nearly died from it and it's really changed his mind on the way this is. There is a flip side to it, and I know personally as well that some MPs are of this view, which is that maybe he's gone nuclear on this to try to get other stuff off the front pages, whether it's dodgy parties or whether it's wallpaper or whether it's just sleaze in general. Where are you on that? Because I know the idea that he might be doing this more so that he actually wants to remove other news from the agenda is putting some MPs off voting for it.
Well, I mean, it's quite true. There's always news management going on in number 10, and there could be a bit of news management in this. But somehow I doubt if he would carry his cabinet with him, if he was actually going to impose measures which are going to damage the economy. It's going to damage the hospitality trade. It already is. They're going to damage the economy. And you don't do that purely for PR reasons. You might see it as a benefit on the side, but it wouldn't be a cause to do it. And certainly governments that I have known of both parties would be unlikely to embark on something this major just as a PR exercise.
Thank you very much, as always, for your time. I know it won't be long before we speak again. Anne Widdecombe there, of course, just giving her own views.